Certainly the Hendricks and Gibbs Racing of the world will always have an upper hand, regardless of what the rules are. If there were 10 test dates, 4 test dates, or 0 test dates, they're going to have a slight edge just because they've been in existence longer, they have more employees, they have a bigger budget. But to answer your question, we will have a few tests for the Front Row Motorsports team, and we just need to divide it up wisely at some racetracks that we feel we have a chance to improve at. I know we've talked about going to a short track. We feel like the road courses are a strong suit for David Gillen, and that gives our team a chance to have a good day. So maybe do a road course test at the Glen or somewhere. It would be certainly a lot of expense to go to California and back for a road course test at Sonoma. But we will test a few times. I think the testing policy is a good thing to limit that number, but it also gives us a chance to go and see what the other 4 teams do as far as their testing, and we can get a little bit of that information back. So yeah, absolutely, it'll definitely help the teams like a Front Row Motorsports or JTG, kind of get to that next level with a little bit more track time. Yeah, getting ready for the season. Obviously, 2013 is already here. We've already had a few tests under our belt. Have a few more scheduled between now and Daytona. So a lot of new stuff going on. I think that our expectations for 2013 is just to do bigger and better things than what we did in 2012. It's no secret that Front Row Motorsports is a smaller team. David Gillen and myself full time, Josh Wise in the 26 car as well. We need to just continue to get better, sell more sponsorship so we can have more employees, we can test more, we can build newer race cars, and we've done some of that over the off season. We've got some really nice race cars that they took to Daytona last week, and then we have here today. So we feel like that we just recently hired Frankie Kerr to crew chief David Gillen's car, so I think he can bring a little bit of experience from some of the other teams, and then Jay Guy's going to be back with me for this season. So we've got some good guys. I've got some race cars that are a little nicer, should be a little better. Our engine program is going to be the same with Roush Yates engines, so expect to be a little bit more competitive. We're certainly nowhere near we'd like to be, but we'll be ready for Daytona in the first few races, and can't wait to get going maybe tomorrow sometime.
Brian, I've worked with Brian now for a couple of years. He was at MWR 2 years ago, and then last year he was an engineer at the race shop, and then we kind of put him in as in a crew chief role halfway throughout last year, and Bobby Hutchins and myself and Tad and Brad were all encouraged by his capabilities to do that job. And as you throw somebody in the fire, and that's a good, not the right way to do it, but it's a good test to see how they can handle it. And we feel like he's in our shop that knows knows all the way that the organization works, and is definitely a top man in our position to put him in that, again, back in the fire, but in the role of a understanding that now it's more permanent for him, and it's the title that goes along with it instead of just interim. So excited that Brian has got a different outlook on it. Instead of just knowing that he's got 3 jobs, he really only has 1 job to do now, hopefully, or less of the other jobs, and hopefully we can keep and continue to make that positive for him. Yeah, things are coming around really pretty good for our race team. We were at the test here back in December, when we brought the same car back here for today. So yeah, I think that as far as progress goes with our race team, we're seeing a lot of good things in our shop and the car itself. The times that we've been testing, seems to be okay. We didn't do any drafting at Daytona. We were here at a test. I was driving a TRD car before the last test here, and did some stuff with Gibbs Racing with their car, and did some traffic, drafting, I guess, or traffic running. So, it's just trying to figure it out, and I guess if we were not to have this test, we'd all, you'd get to the track and you'd figure it out anyway. But, you're just trying to get everything you can as much as possible. So, but encouraged by a lot of the things that the new car's telling me anyway, and, feel good that, there's a good potential and possibility there that hopefully make things better for, for the fans, which is the obvious goal of this whole, the whole thing. So get racing better and competition better. So we'll see how it goes. But so far, I'm kind of liking what I see.
Obviously, this is the first new car we've had in quite a few years. So I would say not, don't take it the wrong way. Being behind is not a bad thing when you have new cars. It just we were not where we were 12 months ago as far as prepping for Daytona. So, but we will be. The guys are working 6 days a week, 12, 14-hour days trying to get ready. So, come the week after the 500, we should be in really good shape. It's going good for us, but all the teams are behind. But Daytona test went good for us. We had good speed. Worked a lot of good things out with TRD. So looking forward to going back to the 500.